Thank you, Mr. Srikumar. I'll quickly introduce myself and the department. I am Dr. M.P. Ganesh. I am heading the newly formed Department of Entrepreneurship and Management in IIT Hyderabad. So my point of view would be primarily from the head of the department, which teaches entrepreneurship or aims to nurture entrepreneurial skill set among. We are like 1 year old. Our department is just 1 year old, and IIT Hyderabad is around 11 years old. And there have been many initiatives which have been going on even before the department was established. Because the aim of the department is to connect all these initiatives together and create the culture of entrepreneurship among students. So this is the brief introduction. So I would like to start with this assumption that I want to discuss about this assumption that there is a dearth of entrepreneurship climate in India, which is partly correct and which is not. Which is partly correct because we find very few entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, coming out of eminent institutes or top-ranked institutes in India. On the other hand, it is partly wrong because India as a country is run by mostly informal economy, which is based on MSMEs or small entrepreneurial ventures. So my background as a psychologist, I view India as a country, or which is a common assumption that India as a country we are comfortable with uncertainties, but which is associated with risk taking. But why our students or our researchers or our engineering graduates who are well equipped in engineering and technology, they don't want to take risk? Because as a country we view education as something which gives certainty. Okay. Another important difference between Western countries which are entrepreneurially doing well and our country, especially technological institutes, if you compare Indian technological institutes and other technological institutes, or Indian universities and other universities, we create very few entrepreneurs. These universities create very few entrepreneurs compared to developed countries. Why? Because as a university, we view education as something which gives us, which helps us find out that certainty which is anyway not there in the country. Okay, so you want to escape this chaos, so you do your engineering and get a job. So most of these universities are viewed as places which will get you a good job, or something which will lead to a better CTC in your campus placement, which is cost to the company. How much are you paid in your first job? So how to break this cycle? This is more of an attitudinal change which you have to bring in among the so-called middle class and upper middle class population, which looks at education as a plan to settle. Okay, so what we are doing as an institute, IIT Hyderabad, that's what I'm going to quickly talk. So I set a context why what stops us from becoming, or what stops Indian universities from becoming a ground which nurtures entrepreneurship. That's the context I was setting. So now I'm going to talk about what we are doing as a university, IIT Hyderabad, and the Department of Entrepreneurship and Management. One, we have something called a compulsory entrepreneurship course, which we offer for all BTech students. In fact, I think it is mandatory for all the engineering colleges in India now, I guess. Especially IIT Hyderabad, we have something called a fractal system, where every course runs for a month. So you don't need to do the entire, semester full course. A course will be offered only for 15 hours of lecture, or 15 contact hours. So it gives us an option of giving something in a nutshell, and also taking out specific aspect of a larger knowledge base and offering it to people, so that once they like it, they can take many courses or similar courses like that. So this fractal system has helped us offer this entrepreneurship as a very introductory course, where every BTech student will undergo. So that is one. We are sensitizing them about what is entrepreneurship. Once people are interested, we give them the next option. The next option is we have something called minor in entrepreneurship, which means if a student is interested, they can do certain number of courses which is in the area of entrepreneurship. So we have, so if a student wants to get a minor in entrepreneurship, he or she has to do 12 credits of courses related to entrepreneurship, which will cover a wide range of courses ranging from social entrepreneurship, courses related to strategy, courses related to supply chain and all those stuff. So these courses are not management courses. These courses are courses which are relevant for an entrepreneur. So we are not offering management minor, we are offering entrepreneurship minor. And also the third option we give them is, so let's say a student has taken a minor in entrepreneurship, he or she is like very interested to know more. Okay, we give them this option of doing a dual degree in entrepreneurship, which means if you're a B.Tech student who has to undergo 4 years of coursework, at the 4th year, he or she can decide whether to convert this B.Tech into a M.Tech, which is a course on techno entrepreneurship. So the idea here is, being a technology student, you are having an idea which is technological in nature. You want to convert that idea into a business venture, or you want to try out whether this will work or not as a business venture. You spend 1 more year extra and do certain number of coursework in your 4th year. And then the 5th year, where you're converting your degree into a dual degree, what you can do is that the entire year is available for them to come up with a business model and create a prototype or a proof of concept. So the final year in M.Tech is completely course free. They don't have any courses, but they have to develop a proof of concept or a prototype. Okay. And we are not stopping them from sitting for placements also. So it is like, you don't want to take like one leg here and one leg there. If you are not sure whether it will work or not, no problem. You sit for placement, get a job, you graduate. But if you think your idea will work, will help you to take you to the next level. So at the 5th year, when they have a proof of concept, or if they have a prototype, we help them to get in contact with another organization within IIT, which is a subsidiary of, which is another entity in IIT, which is called ITIC, which is an incubator, primarily tech incubators, tech related startups. So if you have something viable, we send them there, and they ensure that these startups are incubated. So this is one approach. There's another approach which we are helping students to take that risk without getting the brunt of it, is during their coursework. Any B.Tech student, during the 4 years of their stay in IIT Hyderabad, they have an option of taking 1 semester break where they can try out their own startup venture. So I think this idea has been promoted in other IITs also, but we are seriously trying to implement this idea. So 1 semester they can take a break for either doing an internship or try out an entrepreneurial venture, and they'll get credits also for that. They won't miss out on course credits. So if you spend this 6 months productively developing something as an entrepreneurial venture or a startup idea, you get 12 credits for this particular 6 months break or a semester break. Okay. So what actually we are doing is, we are giving them that safe zone where they can take the risk. If you are not able to succeed, you have your degree, you have your placements. Okay. So I think that kind of providing safe zone will help. And also we have a very vibrant ecosystem where we have something called ITIC, like I mentioned earlier. It is a startup, it's an incubator, tech incubator. We have another Center for Healthcare Innovations. We have something called Tihan, which promotes startups which are related to drones and things like that. So there is an ecosystem, and we also give them the space, both psychological, social, the safe zone for them to experiment. And this is how we think we are able to make a difference. So I think I've completed my 10 minutes. I'll stop here. Maybe I'll take the questions at the end. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so personally, I believe, I'm a psychologist by training. So I personally believe nobody is born with a certain kind of a mindset or an attribute. Okay, we can actually develop mindsets. One thing which I find among our students is many of them are molded in a certain way when they enter into IIT, because you must be knowing, like, they will start their coaching. Most of them start their coaching right from their seventh standard. So what we are doing is we are showing them a certain path which is there. We tell them, see, the one credit course which we offer them is to tell them, see, this is one option which you can think about. Okay, so we are literally opening their eyes, because till now they have been like blinded by a certain kind of career path. We tell them, see, this is another option which you can think about. Okay, so another important difference which I have seen over the generation of IIT students who come in, because I've been teaching for 12 years in IIT system, and I've done my PhD also from IIT. So around 17 years of looking at IIT, what I've seen is more and more youth are inspired by entrepreneurs. So the role models are changing, and one change which we see is all these young chaps who gain so much money through their entrepreneurial venture. Whether it is right or wrong is a different story, but at least there are role models to prove that entrepreneurship is something which you can try out, as a career option. So things are changing. So we also should give them space. They are also, coming up with that sort of role models. Yeah. So yeah, the one difference between Indian universities and universities in US is we spend less focus on liberal arts for our students. When I say liberal arts, disciplines like sociology, anthropology, psychology, economics, and areas like that. In fact, in IIT Hyderabad, we have something called performing arts. So we teach students performing arts as as their elective. So they undergo courses on painting, flamingo dance. So the idea that your world is only this much gets questioned by these liberal arts subjects, especially like Mr. Sri Kumar said, you're to be an entrepreneur, you should look beyond what is given to you. So that comes when they undergo these courses. That's what I feel. Especially courses on poverty, courses on development. Those things really widen the perspective of students.